Leicestershire prospered in the 20th century due to its manufacturing base, but with time, cheap imports caused the closure of many famous names. Some names were kept on landmarks, but the factories were gone, many demolished. Leicester needed a new direction. What happened was like a 21st century fairy tale.
The Fox and the King. Once upon a time, a humble fox called Leicester became a king's favourite. It all started when Leicester was digging in the ground. He heard a voice asking him, "Find me, I am King Richard, dig me up." So Leicester followed the voice and dug deep until he found the king in an unmarked grave. "All I ever wanted was a royal tomb with a king's headstone," King Richard told Leicester. "I want people to give me the respect due to my royal blue blood." Leicester and his family arranged to rebury the king in a royal tomb. They invited other animals from all over the world to pay their respect to King Richard. It was a grand affair. The king wanted to reward his friend, the fox called Leicester. Lying in his new tomb, he promised Leicester the world would hear of him and pay respect to the fox's king. And that, children, is why this proud king now wears a jewel with the picture of his friend, a fox called Leicester.
There was a king buried in Leicester. In the 15th century at Bosworth Fields, southwest of Leicester, Richard III fought with Henry Tudor for his crown. Richard was killed and was buried quickly in the choir stalls of the Greyfriars Church in Leicester, which was destroyed during the Reformation. Only the name now remains as a street sign. Using an old map showing the church and superimposing it on a modern OS map, historians believe they knew where the church had been. 17% of it was now a car park. Excavation commenced, and on the first day a skeleton with battle injuries and a spinal deformity expected of Richard III was found. The University of Leicester Department of Genetics, birthplace of DNA fingerprinting, was to prove that it was Richard. Geneticist Dr. Turi King announced the results to the waiting world.
We found this chap who's in the choir at the Church of the Greyfriars.
The evidence she produced gave overwhelming proof that the body was Richard III. The Mayor of Leicester authorised the purchase and refurbishment of an old school adjacent to the exhumation site. This opened in July 2014 as the Richard III Visitor Centre. Plans were made for the reinterment of Richard's body. After a short service at St Nicholas Church, the body was taken in a coffin, covered with his colours, to the cathedral to lie in state, with the pomp and respect due to a crowned king. Four days later, in front of an invited congregation of dignitaries, including the Countess of Wessex from the House of Windsor, Richard's body was laid to rest in the presence of the Archbishop of Canterbury and leaders of other religions. Over the next few days, queues formed to view the tomb. And all through the summer, tourists continued to visit the cathedral.
Hello, lady.
Yeah. What do you call them?
Hello. Have you just been in to see Richard III's tomb?
Yes, we have.
Why did you come?
We heard lots about it on the television and we thought we ought to come and see it ourselves, my friend and I.
Oh, that's lovely, but you don't sound local, so where have you come from?
We've come from Sheffield.
It's Richard III exhibition just round the corner.
Oh,
have you
yeah.
heard of that?
Oh yes, and we're going to see that in a few minutes, aren't we? Yes, yes.
Well, I hope you have a really good time.
Across the road was the Richard III Centre. Here, the history about the battle was explained. 90,000 visitors came in the year following their burial. The centre, which cost £4 million to build, won awards for its displays and talks.
John Speed was one of those sort of people that sort of very respected. If you look at any maps, late 1500s, early 1600s, you'll find his name on it.
Weekend short breaks developed to include the Bosworth Battlefield Heritage Centre, which had once faced closure for economic reasons. It too has an exhibition.
When the Duke of Norfolk was killed, his men faltered and...
Battlefield walks starting from the courtyard are very popular. Knowledgeable guides lead these walks around the battlefield, telling the story of the battle.
But on August the 22nd, 1485, Richard III fell and died.
Time is needed nowadays to explain the history to American and European visitors.
Hello, ladies. Do you mind if I interrupt you? Did I see you on the battlefield walk?
Yes,
now?
yes, that's right.
Well, we're conducting a survey and I wondered if I could ask you a few questions about it.
Yeah, of course
Do
you
mind?
can, love. No, that's fine.
Right. You don't sound local. Do you mind if I ask you where you come from?
London.
London, right.
Yes, yes. We're on a 3-day coach, like weekend coach trip.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, King Richard III.
What trips are they taking you on?
Oh, yesterday, we went to the visitor centre, didn't we, in the morning?
What, the one near the cathedral in
Yeah,
the city?
yeah,
Yes.
where they found the grave.
Yes,
that one.
that's right, yes.
And in the afternoon, we went over to the cathedral. Oh, that was lovely. We saw the tomb, didn't we all? It was lovely, it really was. And then we went back to our hotel and we was asked if we wanted to go on an extra trip. It was
Where
lovely.
was that to?
To the theatre in Leicester.
What,
Yeah.
the funny shape one, the curve?
The curve. So it has been really lovely, isn't it, Ald?
Did you have many people on the trip or was there just...
Oh no, we've got all people on the trip, all nationalities we've got, haven't we? We've got Americans and yeah, it's been really lovely. It really has.
Could I just ask you, you're from the south.
Yeah.
If you hadn't have heard about Richard III,
Yeah.
would you ever have come to Leicester, to this battlefield?
I don't think we would, because I don't think we really knew much about Leicester, did we? It was only when, well, as you know, out the blue, Richard III was found, wasn't he? And it was all over the television, everyone knew, didn't it? So, yeah, we thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm glad we've come.
Leicestershire had found a new industry, tourism. In the 12 months after the burial, it added £6 million to the economy. On returning to Leicester in April 2016, the effect of Richard III tourism was evident. But it wasn't King Richard on everyone's lips. It was King Power, home stadium of Leicester Football Club.
We're gonna win the league.
Hopefully.
Hello, guys.
Oh, hi there, yeah, hi.
King Power?
Yes, certainly, yes.
Why's the city gone mad for King Power?
Well, why do you think? Because Leicester City are on the verge of greatness. Hey, this time last year, Leicester City nearly got relegated.
And what's going to happen this year?
Well, this year, hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to do it. We're going to win the league. Hopefully we are going to win the league this year.
We were 5,000 to 1
Yeah.
before the season started to win the league. We need to win 2 more matches and we're virtually
Yeah.
certain to be champions.
Yeah.
Now, do you think they're going to do it?
I think we will,
yeah.
don't you?
It's in our own hands now. There's 2 chasing our tails, i.e. Arsenal and Tottenham, But we don't think they'll do it, do we, Tone?
No, they've got to win all their matches
Yeah.
and we've got to lose all
Yeah.
ours. So if
Which
we win
it-
today, we're nearly there.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Well, it looks as if the whole city thinks you're going to win, because when we walked round, it was King Power mad.
Everything is King Power mad. Everything is King.
Leicester City.
Yeah,
Champions.
we're going to win the league. We are going to win the league, aren't we, Tone?
We are.
We're going to win the league.
We're going to win the league.
Yeah.
We're going to win the league.
Well,
I know you don't believe us. I know you don't believe us. I know you don't believe us because we're going to win the league.
Well, it is a bit unbelievable.
Oh,
but
it is, yes.
I hope you do, lads.
All Leicester and indeed the nation watched the TV. Spurs needed to win. Leicester were champions.
Extraordinary achievement, a night they, and indeed football, will never forget. Annie Swiss, BBC News, Leicester.
The road to King Power Stadium were gridlocked. The fans were too happy to care. They walked instead. They just wanted to be there to celebrate. After the last home game of the season, the fans had their moment of triumph. The stadium erupted. The trophy was presented. Against all expectations, Leicester City were champions.
Unless you believe in fairy tales and know that there is a king in a royal tomb with his standard held high, saying thank you to a fox called Leicester. The next match after the king's reburial, the foxes started winning. Clever little foxes.